In this episode, we obsess about squareness. Then we obsess about squareness. And we obsess some more about squareness.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the show. In this video, our aim is to find a way to drill perfectly plumb, or as close to perfectly plumb as we can, in the middle of a sheet with a 20mm Forstner bit, so we can't just use the drill press. While this is a standalone video, it is also part of a video series where we aim to build an MFT or a multifunction table without the use of an expensive jig. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll post a link to the playlist up here so that you can follow along. Now let's not waste any more time and get right down to this. Why do we want to make sure that we drill perfectly plumb? So your reasons may be as various as they are nefarious, but I shall try to explainificate a little bit here. Imagine that this is the line we want to cut, and these are our bench dogs. If they are out of line, then that will severely affect the accuracy. So even if we manage to drill the holes perfectly or in the perfect positions, if they are not plumb, then we won't get the accuracy we want from our MFT. So let's turn the problem upside down and see what happens if they are out of line. So like this, you can tell that the line is no longer straight. And that simply is the reason why we need to be able to drill perfectly plumb. Luke, I am Nomad Makes.
My idea here was to use the router as a drill and put a Forstner bit on that. However, the bit was too long, so I needed to make a base plate to fit the Forstner bit. And the base plate would also help holding the router plumb. Using a piece from some IKEA furniture, I took that to my miter saw and cut a piece the size I thought I would need. And then I drilled an oversized hole in the base plate at my drill press. This reminds me that I need to make some kind of dust collection system for the drill press. Those Forstner bits make a real mess. To fix the router to the base plate, I'm going to use the holes for the dust hood, so I'll drill them out at the drill press as well. And to allow sawdust and chips to escape, I'm cutting a groove in the base plate using my DIY upside down table jigsaw thingamabob. Then all I have to do is to fix the base plate to the router, test it out, Bob's your uncle, and this would be the shortest video ever. Or so I thought. This router has an adjustable speed, and I chose the lowest setting because I thought that was a good idea. Well, that didn't work. The router stalled. It's not a tool with a lot of torque. It has speed. So I tried speed, and that didn't work either. I had completely overlooked the fact that the router lacked torque. And I guess some of you, being aware of this, has been face-palming and clawing at the screen ever since you saw me pull out the router. At the highest speed, I managed to drill the holes, but vibrations made them useless, so fail.
So what I got here is just a little piece of oak. This oak is very hard, and I hope that it won't be reamed out by the drill bit when I use it though. So that's why I'm choosing a very hard oak, and this is just two pieces of oak that I've screwed together because I had this size of it. What I want to do now is to fix it here. You can see this hole is a little bit larger than the Forstner bit, because when I did this the last time, the sawdust and the chips didn't have anywhere to go, so they forced the jig up. So I'm going to make some kind of a groove so that sawdust and chips can escape, and maybe I'll try to attach the vacuum cleaner to it so it can be sucked out as well. So let's see.
Using a caliper, I measured the shank of the Forstner bit to 10 mm. The camera wouldn't focus, so you'll just have to believe me. And here I'm using the drill press to drill out the center hole where the shank of the Forstner bit goes. Now I have checked the drill press and know that it drills a square, but of course I had to check that as well. And it was perfect. While at the drill press, I also drilled out a 35 mm hole for my shop vac. Checking that the screws were the right size, I could mount the support block to the new base plate. So it was time to chuck up and give this jig a try. I don't know if I've completely murdered my Forstner bit in this process, but it seems to be getting very dull. So I changed to an offcut of the board I'm actually going to be using to see if that worked better. And it kind of did. However, the hole did not turn out plumb. No matter how much I looked at it, it was leaning towards the long side of the support block. In my next attempt, I made the support block square so that it gives more support in all directions. Well, a circular support would do that in all directions, but I wanted to keep this jig as simple as possible. And that didn't work either. No matter how much I tried with different bench dogs and whatever, it wasn't the bench dog, it was the hole that wasn't plumb. So for my fourth attempt, and to be perfectly honest, getting a bit frustrated here, I decided to screw the base plate down onto the board that I was drilling. And it worked! So there you have it, guys. The simplest way that I've found to drill perfectly plumb, in the middle of the table where the drill press won't reach. Now we know how to position the holes, we know how to drill plumb, so the next step is to make the MFT. Finally! Unless I have ruined my 20mm Forstner bit and need to order a new one first. But we will see about that. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. You'll find a Patreon link and affiliate links to products I use and recommend below. Cheers, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.